Hi, Holly Jacobs here, and it is time for another tour of my studio. Himself found me a few more shelves. I keep playing with the arrangement. It's getting more and more functional, and you guys all seem to like it, so here we go. All right, to put things in perspective, that's where I was just sitting and filming myself. I do most of my clay work right here. There's a lot of the tools are hanging. There's my wheel. That window is my view to the pond. Himself has put up a ton of shelves for me. The sink, a bunch of the tiles that I've been experimenting on before I do them at home. One of the new shelves, so it's got a lot of the pieces I've done. Some are great, some are not. It just gave me someplace great to stack them. I don't have water in here, so I bring it all in, so a bunch of water. Some of the pieces that are gonna be for sale, if I can ever get them online. More shelves up top. I've been using this shelf to put a lot of my wet clay as I'm working on it. So I can pull down the plastic, it's all surrounded, it dries very slowly. And because I don't live at where the studio's at, it's about a half-hour drive, I have to always be mindful about how long something is gonna sit before I can get back to it. So this has really been helpful. A lot of the stuff that will be going into the next kiln, I'm hoping to do in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Another new shelf, which is fantastic. I put foam for laying stuff on and working, my kiln wash, paper again for working, a ton of corks, I've been collecting them, more tools and things like that. I picked up a bunch of driftwood. I think I'm gonna try some teapots with driftwood handles. And then the big shelves that he built me that are still just full of all my clays and chemicals for making glazes. This is a bunch of the birds I've been making. I've been working on how to glaze them and have them turn out right. You really see the underside, so I need to make sure that's glazed, so I have to leave a spot on the top. A bunch of the little people I experimented on. I think I'm going to do a couple more this time. My 2 mascot face jugs. One of my favorite pieces I've done ever, which I did like the first year I took classes at school, is my Hobbit hole. That's a Tom Hubert original right there that I absolutely adore. More pictures, some I've done, some I've bought. My slab roller, I popped a pin and thought I broke it, but himself fixed it because he's kind of amazing. And then over here, this table is where I do a lot of my underglaze. There's a lot out right now, as a matter of fact. And when I do glaze, I've started a nice little collection. I've been making a lot of glazes and experimenting with those. So there's a bunch of buckets, big and small, of different glazes I've made. And again, more tools for over here. My underglazes are up on the wall, unless they happen to be out on the table because I've been working. My Burlon Craig homage. He's a face jug maker from in North Carolina, and I fell in love with his work. So he's sort of the mascot of the studio. And then we're back to where we started from. So it's a very small, there's Tallulah. It's a very small space, but it's a very functional space. Tallulah frequently sleeps under the slab roller. She's got her own little dog bed under there. And so that's very convenient. And then my view out the other windows, I look out to the woods. I saw one of my hawks this morning, which was amazing, out the side window. I saw a blue heron last week, which was fantastic. So all in all, this space is getting more and more functional and makes me happy on a regular basis. I will talk to you soon.